Good evening, Gun Freak Nation. I'm still taking it in, man. Still upset, angry, and sad that this little 2-year-old girl was murdered. You know, what's up, West B? For those who don't know, last Sunday here in it didn't happen in Detroit. It actually happened in Lansing, Michigan. Um, a savage broke in. It was his ex-girlfriend. He was mad because she broke up with him, obviously, and he did a home invasion on her, sexually assaulted her, stabbed her, then took her 2-year-old daughter. And it pisses me off. This little baby, this little girl, she should be playing right now. She should be playing right now with her dolls, her toys. And this fucking savage kidnapped her, took her on the east side of Detroit, and murdered her. I want to know, man. I was about to say, when will this madness stop? But unfortunately, I don't think it's ever going to stop. As long as the savages out there and people who, for whatever reason, don't want to arm themselves. Now I'm gonna tell y'all something, man, and some of y'all may get offended, but if I feel like I'm speaking the truth, man, you just gonna have to be offended. A lot of people like to rely on prayer. They think prayer is the solution to everything. And I think prayer is a good thing, but prayer is not going to save you. Because if prayer worked in a time of need, it would have saved all them black folks in that church. And I believe it was North Carolina when that racist went in that church and shot all them people up, killed all them people. So God is good to pray, and it's okay to be religious and have your faith, but know that God also gave you the wisdom to arm yourself against these wicked ass savages that's in this world. Now I'm gonna tell you something. If that woman would have been armed when that savage, her ex-boyfriend, and I'm not gonna knock her for choosing that motherfucker, because these savages are slick and they will fool you. And maybe when she found out he was a crazy motherfucker, she did leave his ass, but it was too late. But if she would have been armed, it would have made a world of difference. Her daughter would still be here. If she would have shot that bastard as he was breaking in, once he broke in her home, and if she would have sent him to Funky Town, her daughter would still be here. And what unnerves me is I see the community coming together and all these vigils, and there's nothing wrong with that, but they praying. How long we gonna pray? When is we gonna be proactive and take our own lives, the defense of self-protection, self-preservation into our own hands instead of dialing 911 waiting on the police to show up when they never come on time when you need them. We have to fight back. Now it's a clip I want to show y'all. I just feel, man, I'm just, my heart is heavy right now. I'm hurting for this little girl. I'm hurting for everybody, man, that's been deleted from this world because of a funky ass savage. And I'm just sick and tired of it. People, when are you going to get it that the only thing that really going to save you is a gun? It's a gun. It ain't going to be no praying. Once them savages get at you, you can drop down to your knees and pray away. But guess what? They going to laugh at you. And while you down on your knees, they going to unzip their pants and be like, while you down there, get to sucking. Suck my dick. Because a savage don't give a fuck at the end of the day. Now I'm going to play this news clip. I'm going to go live. I'm going to hit the other camera. And it just breaks my heart, man. It breaks my heart. It really does.
The day after a body was discovered in an alley. Tonight, Detroiters gather for winter as community activists plead for no more violence against women and children. It's our top story tonight at 10. We're glad you...
Okay, you see this? Did you hear what they say? Community leaders plead for no more violence against women. Why the fuck do you have to... What the fuck are you talking about? You're pleading. So in my words, when I hear that, when I hear that you're pleading for no more violence against women, to me that sounds like you begging the savages not to attack the women. I got more to say. I want y'all to see this right here, man. I want y'all to see this, Gun Freak Nation.
The day after a body was discovered in an alley. Tonight, Detroiters gather for winter as community activists plead for no more violence against women and children. It's our top story tonight at 10. We're glad you're with us. I'm Devin Scalia.
I'm Kimberly Gill. As the FBI processed the evidence found in the Eastside Alley where Winter Cole Smith's body was dumped, Detroiters came out tonight sickened by what this toddler was forced to endure.
Mark McDonald, live on Detroit's East Side tonight. The family is planning its own vigil tomorrow.
Y'all hear that? That's the police out there right now. Y'all hear that? You hear it? Arm the fuck up, people. Arm up. Please.
Tonight, Mark.
Devin, that's right, and they're inviting everybody to come out here tomorrow. You can see the makeshift memorial. We step out this way so you get a better look. That has sprung up here to Winter, but let me tell you, all of Detroit came out to grieve tonight.
Well, how many, raise your hands if you was impacted by what happened to baby Winter? Everybody out here.
I don't think anyone can look at the pictures of that pretty little girl and not just ache for her mother and her entire family. Pastor Mo, who's been a fixture in trying to curb violence in the city for years, was as impassioned as I have ever seen him tonight.
It ain't about race and color, but I want to be known around the world. We do not condone this BS right here.
Putting out a demand for women and children to be cared for and a plea to young men.
I want you to look at this and say and make an oath to yourself. You will become a man of standard and love your sister and your daughters, and you use this to push back. You would not have violence against women.
Winter's family was not in attendance tonight. They will be here tomorrow, but one of her aunts thanked everyone for coming.
We'd like to thank you. We're so grateful for all of your support. We're so grateful for all of your love, your condolences, your hugs, and most of all, we're thankful for your prayers.
Those prayers ended tonight with a hymn for Winter.
I love you. I love you. I love you, Lord, today.
Now you see that? You see that? And it ain't nothing wrong having that vigil, but I don't want to hear no more of that praying shit, man. I didn't hear not one of them say, women, go out if you legally can, go out and buy you a motherfucking gun so this shit won't happen again. Why didn't we hear that? Because all that praying shit and all that other shit, singing and all that shit, that ain't gonna save you at the end of the day. We got a 2-year-old that's dead, killed by a savage. No, they own all them motherfucking bullhorns and all that shit. When what they need to be saying to you women, arm up. That's the only chance you got. That's the only chance you got. Because once them savages get a hold to you, whether it's your ex or a stranger that's done broke in on you, praying ain't gonna save you. It ain't gonna help you. All that singing, it ain't gonna do it. Getting on the phone, dialing 911 ain't gonna cut it. If you really truly trying to prevent violence being inflicted on women, sir, then you need to tell them they need to exercise their Second Amendment rights and go out and purchase a firearm and train with that firearm. Because if Winter's mother would have been armed, let me repeat this. If her mother would have been armed while that bastard was breaking in on her, her daughter would still be alive right now. Little Winter would be alive right now. Guns save lives. If they are in the right hands, they save lives, man. And some people just don't get that. They for whatever reason, the way they mind is wired, but it's simple. A bad motherfucker with a gun can only be stopped by a good motherfucker with a gun, a righteous motherfucker with a gun. Okay? Somebody come up in here right now and I don't have a gun, then I am a victim automatically. They gonna fuck me up. Might even try to fuck me. You can't put nothing past these savages. But if I have a gun and I'm able to shoot back, man, that's like night and day. That makes all the difference in the world, man. And it could be multiple assailants, multiple savages, but you got something called an AR-15, okay? An AK-47. That's the almighty equalizer. I don't give a fuck how many of them savages coming in. They not gonna want to get hit by no AK bullet or no AR-15, no 223 or no 5.56. They not gonna want to get hit by that motherfucker. All right, so you can sing, you can dance, you can pray all you want to, but at the end of the day, the only true tool that's gonna save you is a gun, and it's just that simple. You know, It's just that simple, man. It breaks my heart. We got an innocent 2-year-old. An innocent 2-year-old. Her life, she was robbed of her life by a crazy savage, man. And I hope they kill him in jail. To be honest, I hope they beat his ass to death. I know they got him in what's that where they put you off to yourself. But I hope one of the guards let the other inmates in so they can Jeffrey Dahmer his ass. You hear me? Because that motherfucker don't deserve to be breathing right now. What he did to that child, man. It's fucked up. It's fucked up. So women, if you watching this and you don't want to be a future victim, go out and get you a gun and train with that gun, because that gun is just that gun. You know how you got life-saving tools, like you got stuff that alert you, like alarms, and you got smoke detectors, you got your seat belt in your car. It's there because potentially something can happen. You can be in a future car accident. That's why that seat belt is there, just in case. You got your smoke detectors in your home to warn you if a fire break out. You know what I'm saying? But you need that gun. That's a tool too, a life-saving tool. If you know what you're doing, you get your training, you get to the range and you shoot it, you ain't got to really, you covered. If some crazy psycho break in on you, if they break in on you, you can send their ass to Funky Town. They don't want the smoke. They want a soft target. No, this motherfucker, somebody in the comment, they had a point. They was like, that motherfucker broke in because he probably knew that she didn't own a gun, didn't have a firearm. So he knew that she was going to be a soft target. I'm telling y'all, man, when you legally armed, it's a blessing. We the chosen ones. We know what to do. We got the wisdom. We got the know-how. We got the means to protect our family. You know what I'm saying? The world always have been crazy, but it's like it's getting crazier by the day, man. But to be honest, when they had that vigil, instead of all that pleading and praying and singing, I would have rather for them to have been preaching, for women and for good law-abiding citizens to go out and purchase a firearm so this will never ever happen again. Because I'm telling y'all, I bet my life on it. If she would have been armed and know what the fuck to do with that gun, her daughter would be here right now. Because guess what? One thing it'll never stop, and that's savagery in this world. It's gonna always be savages in the world, and you got to have your guns. You got to have your gun to protect yourself against them. Jay Smiley, I love you, brother. I appreciate you. Anybody in here want to be a mod? I'm looking for new mods. Anybody in here that want to be a mod for Gun Freak Nation? Hey, I can add you as a mod, man. But I'm hurt, brother. Jay Smiley, I love you, brother. And I know you can protect. I know you're a religious man, but you also got them Funky Town tools. You know what I'm saying? You got some hell of a Funky Town tools. That shit ain't gonna happen in your household. Ain't nobody breaking up in there and kidnapping your kids. Point blank. Because you got something for they stinking asses. You feel me? And that's what I love to see. And that's what I love to to hear. I'm gonna play one more video and I'm out, man. But I'm like, when are they are going to, when will they learn that the only thing that really gonna protect you is having a gun, man? I've got one more video I'm gonna play.
Temu Card Hot Summer Sale. Up to 90% off. Come and shop on Temu now.
We start tonight with the investigation into the death of 2-year-old Winter Cole Smith. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Brian Abel. The Lansing toddler was missing since Sunday after her mother's ex-boyfriend allegedly took her from her home. After 3 days of searching, FBI agents finding her body in an alley on Detroit's east side yesterday evening. The entire community coming together tonight to mourn the loss of the life taken too soon. And 7 Action News reporter Darren Cunningham is in the neighborhood where she was.
Man, I'm heartbroken. You hear me? I'm fucked up. And I wish somebody could have heard. I wish I could have been there. I would have sent that motherfucker to Funky Town. Do you hear me? I wish I was on the east side when that shit happened. I would have blew his motherfucking head off. How the fuck can you harm an innocent child, man? How the fuck can you do that?
Found.
Look at this little angel right here.
We start tonight with the
Look at this angel, man. You can't tell me that the devil ain't real. You can't tell me that the devil ain't real. And you got to have a gun for these motherfucking savages out here, man.
Into the death of 2-year-old Winter Cole Smith. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Brian Abel. The Lansing toddler was missing since Sunday after her mother's ex-boyfriend allegedly took her from her home. After 3 days of searching, FBI agents finding her body in an alley on Detroit's east side yesterday evening. The entire community coming together tonight to mourn the loss of the life taken too soon. And 7 Action News reporter Darren Cunningham is in the neighborhood where she was found. Darren, we see that memorial growing behind you.
That's right, Brian. I reached out to the FBI. I heard back from this afternoon, but I'm going to step out of the way because I want you to see this here. Detroit police actually just showed up, putting some teddy bears down themselves. Those officers are getting back into their squad car, but that was very much a very nice gesture from them. Now, as I mentioned, I reached out to the FBI this afternoon. I'm told that they are not revealing the manner of death, nor are they talking about the significance of this area or how they need to search for Winter Smith in this area. But sadly, her body was found over there in that alley right around the corner there. You'll see that in just a moment. But as you mentioned, there is a makeshift memorial out here for her. It continues to grow. We spoke with several people who stopped by paying their respects. Some brought balloons, others brought stuffed animals and dolls, items any 2-year-old like Winter Cole Smith would enjoy.
I'm just so emotional, so sad. I don't even know the girl or the family, anybody. It's just sad. It hurts.
It hurts knowing that just feet away from this makeshift memorial, Winter's body was found in the shrubbery of an alleyway on Olympia Street near Irwin Avenue, Detroit's east side. A neighbor who doesn't want his face shown to avoid any notoriety recalls the moment he says an FBI agent made the startling discovery just before 7 p.m. last night.
He came out and you could tell it off his face. He didn't even want to go back over there. He sat right there where that sign is right there. And he just sat there and then waited until his backup got here. And next thing we know, the scene was swarmed with agents and state troopers and police.
Takara Rogers, who also lives in the neighborhood, says this tragedy makes her hug her children a little tighter, knowing people like Smith's alleged kidnapper, her mom's ex-boyfriend, Rashad Trice, could do such.
That bitch right there, that's the motherfucker that did it right there,
Soldier,
man.
a little tighter, knowing
that motherfucker right there, the one that did it.
They
need to beat his ass.
Rogers, who also lives
They
in the
need to
neighborhood,
send
says
his
this tragedy
ass
makes her hug her children a
to
little
Funky
tighter,
Town.
knowing
That bitch right there, that bitch right there need to be sent to Funky Town immediately. That's the motherfucker that did it. Right there. That bitch ass motherfucker right there, man. That motherfucker need to be tortured. He need to fucking be tortured.
people
Bastard.
like Smith's alleged kidnapper, her mom's ex-boyfriend, Rashad Trice, could do such a thing.
It's just so sad. People just have no sympathy or anything for our babies nowadays. I had to come around here and say a prayer and leave something here. I know she isn't here anymore, and I'm praying for the mother because I don't know that feeling to lose a child. But I don't know, this is like really tearing me up.
As you might be able to imagine, people came from beyond the neighborhood and the city of Detroit to pay their respects.
A child taken from its mother and disposed of like trash. This poor baby.
Larry DeVizio stopped by with a friend.
She wanted to leave some sort of tribute to this child, to know that she'll be remembered.
Now, I spoke with Winter's paternal grandmother, coming up on 7 Action News at 6 p.m. Hear directly from her the gratitude she expresses for the community as well as law enforcement. Live in Detroit on the east side, Darren Cunningham, 7 Action News.
Yo, if you a woman out there, men too, listen, that shit is so it's so tragic, man. But the only way to avoid evil shit like that is you got to be ready to shoot their asses, man. Any evil come your way, you send that evil to Funky Town. And I'll say it again. If that child's mother would have been armed and ready, her daughter would still be alive right now, I guarantee you. Because she could have shot that motherfucker as soon as he kicked that fucking door in. She could have lit his ass up. But because she didn't have no gun, and the police didn't get there in time, and he had time to sexually assault her, rape her, stab her, and took her 2-year-old daughter, man. It just, shit like that makes my blood boil, man. It makes me so angry. And I feel like the fundamental core, what's the word for it? The core meaning of it all, the lesson that should be learned from this is to go out and buy a gun to protect yourself. Go out and buy a gun and train with that gun. Go to the range, train with that gun so you can be proficient with that gun. So you won't have to never ever be put in a situation like this where somebody don't took one of your loved ones off somewhere and murdered them. Now the mom got to live with that for the rest of her life. And I'm just upset. I'm upset. I really am. Because this 2-year-old should be in her bed right now. Or playing with her toys right now. And a savage got a hold of her. It wasn't nobody there to protect her. Nobody was there with a gun. That shit, man. It's fucked up. It's fucked up. I don't know what else to say about it. But I'm gonna leave y'all with this, man. Especially the women of Gun Freak Nation, and if you're a female, if you're a woman that's happened to watch this live stream, please, I'm begging you. You are so worth it. Your life matters. You are worth it. I don't care what your race is. You worth it, man. Your life is worth it. Don't let nobody shame you for wanting to go out and buy a gun to protect yourself. Just like you got them seat belts in your car, smoke detectors, alarms. A gun is merely a tool, a life-saving tool. It can save your life at the end of the day. So don't let nobody shame you. Don't care. Don't give two fucks about what somebody think about you. Don't give two fucks about their opinion of you. For you wanting to go out and buy a gun to protect yourself, because you are worth it at the end of the day. I don't give a fuck what you've been through or what life choices you have made in your life. You don't deserve any violence to be forced upon you, because they will look at you, the savage will look at you as you are helpless. Because number one, they're going to look at you as a being a soft target, because you are a woman and they ain't expecting you to be armed. That's why every time when somebody come on the channel and comment, a woman, saying that she armed, man, that mean the world to me. I have the utmost respect for you, because you love your life enough to want to protect your life and defend your life. And that's what it's all about. It ain't about going for bad and I'm the biggest, baddest, whatever, because I'm armed. It ain't about that. It's about being the bigger person, but knowing when to be able to defend yourself against savages like the one that murdered that 2-year-old child. That's what it's all about. So if you don't have a gun, you can get one. They got layaway. They got high points. Anything that when you pull that trigger and it go bang and the shit hit the fan, emergency, to get that stinking ass savage off of you, it's so worth it. And you are worth it. You are worth it. Your life matters. And don't think that you can't do it because you is a woman. You got fingers just like me. Trigger fingers just like me. You can train with it. I know a lot of women in Gun Freak Nation got guns, and they tell me all the time they're uncomfortable with it. They don't even know if they can use it if they encounter a savage. Well, it's like this: how much you love your life. Because the savage, you got to look at it. If he break it in on you or whatever, you got to look at it like it's either him or you, and you damn sure don't want it to be you losing your life. It reminds me of the incident that happened when the woman had the gun, the savage broke in her home. I think it was her apartment. It don't matter. And the savage said, if you don't shoot me, I'm going to have my way with you. And she couldn't do it. And he took the gun and he raped her because she didn't have it in her to shoot the gun. Now, once he got a hold of that gun, he could have used that gun and murdered her. You know what I'm saying? He could have strangled her to death. But instead, he raped her and he didn't harm her after that. I mean, she was harmed because she was raped, but you know what I mean. He didn't kill her or nothing like that. But you got to know that when somebody is coming against you and you feel that your life is truly indeed in jeopardy and it's imminent danger, send him to Funky Town. Shoot his ass and don't stop until the threat is over, until his ass is down. Okay? Just like that savage in Chicago beating on that woman. A lot of people got different opinions on it, saying that that woman should have just grabbed her damn hot dog and got the fuck up out of there and not be arguing with no man. But at the same time, shouldn't no man be putting his motherfucking hands on no woman? Because I would have, if I was her son, I would have shot his ass too. I see you whooping on my mama like that, beating on her. Them wasn't no soft ass licks. If he would have hit her about 4-5 more times, she probably would have been dead. Man, listen. Love yourself to the point to where you are the first line of defense. Love yourself to the point to where you don't have to worry about calling 911. You call 911 so they can come with the cleanup crew. Don't take no shit off of no savages, man. Don't put your life on dialing 911, hoping and praying that the police get there in time. As you can see, it didn't work for the mother of Winter Smith, the little 2-year-old. That savage went in there and showed his ass. Went in there and raped her, stabbed her, and that he got done with her. He was like, I'm going to take your child and murder your child. And I'll never forget it because it hit home. Because I got the Amber Alert on my phone. My niece was over. We were in the living room where I'm at right now. Matter of fact, her phone was the first, my niece's phone was the first one to go off with the Amber Alert. And at the time, I'm thinking, oh man, it's just some crazy dude took his daughter from the mama. They don't got into it. And, you know, because it happens, you know, and he don't kidnap his own kid despite the mama. No, this was a crazy ass motherfucking savage that was the ex-boyfriend of the girl's mama. And that motherfucker was that fucking weak and fucking bitter and that fucking crazy that he broke in her house, raped her, stabbed her, kidnapped her 2-year-old daughter, and murdered her. Women, get the fuck armed. And I'm not going to judge you or criticize you and say, well, why is you dealing with crazy motherfuckers like that anyway? Because when you meet a person, man, they be on their best behavior. You know, they be on their best behavior and they can fool you. A lot of these motherfuckers are low-key savages. Just break up with them and find out how crazy that they are. But when you detect a motherfucker being crazy, her mama did the right thing. She broke up with that motherfucker, left him alone, but it was too late. Her mistake was, okay, I got a crazy motherfucker. He probably, you know, that probably wasn't the first time he threatened her. Women, if you're dealing with a crazy psychopath savage, don't go get no personal protection order, and that shit don't work at the end of the day. Go get you a gun. Get a gun. So when that crazy motherfucker show up to do harm to you, send him to fucking town. Now, in Detroit alone, or in the Detroit area alone, so far this summer, 3 women have been killed by some crazy motherfuckers. You had the nurse that was kidnapped from her job when she got off from work from the hospital and was getting into her car. That crazy motherfucker had a blonde wig on and grabbed her, kidnapped her, and took off with her, and they found her body the next day in the trunk of a car. The other motherfucking savage, he was so hell-bent on killing his ex that he followed his ex-girlfriend and her new boyfriend to a hotel in Southfield. This motherfucker know they in there fucking, and he had his AR-15 waiting on him to leave that hotel. And as soon as they came out of the hotel and was getting in the car, he confronted them and he shot them both with that motherfucking AR-15. The dude, the new boyfriend, survived, but the girlfriend, his ex, he made sure that he was gonna kill her. She didn't make it, but he later got killed by the police, the Southfield police. They shot his ass up. But what I'm saying, woman, you women out there, if you love yourself, you love your life. If your life is if you think your life is worth something, go out and get you a gun. So the next time a crazy ass savage threaten you or try to rape you or try to break in on you, or you got a crazy ass savage ex that you didn't know was a savage, send their asses to Funky Town. It's just that simple. It's called self-defense. And it ain't no motherfucking, let me get on my phone and dial 911. Everybody know 911 is a motherfucking joke. All right? They ain't gonna get there in time. And this is no dig or no knock against the police. I respect and love the police, but I don't rely on them to save my life. Okay? I don't rely on nobody but myself to save my life. Anybody in here want to be added as a moderator, let me know. I can add you right now. I think I can add you right now. Nightwing, One Guitar. I appreciate y'all. If y'all want to be mods, let me know. Let me know. Let me know. J Smiley, 35. I love you, brother. I love everybody in here. All 74 y'all. I love y'all, man. Y'all is righteous. You're near and dear to my heart because you ain't got to be here. And I appreciate y'all. I really do. From the bottom of my heart, I really do. I swear I do. Everything I love, man, I love y'all. Because we good people at the end of the day. We get talked about, judged, criticized. People think we crazy. We gun free nation, man. We gun free nation. I'm proud of that, man. Ain't nothing wrong with loving our guns and wanting to own guns and multiple guns and stuff. We ain't out here fucking with nobody or committing no crime. But bet nobody fuck with us. Nobody better try us. Nobody. We law-abiding citizens here. And we some proud, gun-loving people that love our guns. We ain't hurting nobody. You know what I'm saying? So stand up and be proud to be a righteous gun owner. And I'm talking about the felons out there too. A lot of Gun Free Nation members got felonies on their record. Man, if you didn't get convicted, listen, if you didn't get convicted of killing somebody or nothing real super violent, I feel that you should have a second chance to own a firearm. But do what you got to do, goddammit. Just because they tell you can't own no gun, man, look, listen. It's better to be tried by 12 than to be carried by 6. If you don't change your life around, everybody done made stupid choices in their life at some point. Even me. Shit. I still got a misdemeanor on my record from 20 years ago. You know what I'm saying? But it's your God-given right to protect your life and protect your loved ones. You know what I'm saying? So protect yourself by all means necessary. All right? That's I'm gonna leave it at that. No, they don't want us to defend ourselves. You did, but I'm hurt. I can't imagine the hurt and the pain that mom is going through. And I feel bad for anybody that have lost a child, man, whether they were murdered by a savage or natural cause. I feel bad for anybody that have lost a kid, man. If something happened to my son, I wouldn't know what the fuck to do. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't even want to be here on this earth no more. You feel me? I pray that he bury me instead of me burying him. That's how it's supposed to be. He burying me. You know what I'm saying? But real talk, get you a gun. That's the only insurance you got. That you know, if you know what the fuck you doing and you proficient with that gun, that's the only thing that's gonna protect you and save you. And I'm being real right now. That's the only thing that's gonna save you. G-U-N. And I prefer you have some G-U-N-S. Some guns, plural, goddammit. And I prefer you get some type of AR-15 or AK-47. Because them the almighty equalizers right there. That'll get a funky ass savage off of you real quick. Because, goddammit, let me tell you this. A lot of people, well, what you need with a gun that holds 30 rounds? What you need with a gun that's a weapon of war? Well, you know what, goddammit? We are living in a motherfucking war zone. We ain't like these rich ass anti-gun politicians that got, armed security around them 24/7, living in gated communities and shit. Biden, he's so fucking anti-gun, but the motherfucker is around guns 24/7. He got the Secret Service detail. You feel me? So they hypocrites. All right. So my whole thing is, nowadays home invasions are violent, man, and they coming in with body armor. They coming in, they self with AR-15s and AK-47s, the Dracos and all that. So guess what? If the fucking savages got them, I want it too. I want that, and I want better. So if a fucking savage coming in with an AR, with a 30 round mag, I'm gonna have my motherfucking AR with a 60 round mag. God damn it! Because it ain't just one motherfucker breaking in your house no more. You got multiple fucking savages, 5 savages, 8 savages, 10 savages. So you need that motherfucking AR-15 with that 40 round mag, with that 30 round mag. And another thing is, AR-15 is more. You're gonna have more. It's more. It's more precise. You're gonna have that precision, and you're gonna be able to aim better with that motherfucker. And that's facts. Give me between a regular handgun and an AR or an AK, I'm gonna choose that motherfucking long gun over that handgun any day. Why you think when you have one of these mass shooters with these savages, pulling off a mass shooting at a grocery store or a mall or something, you don't see police running in with their handguns? They got them motherfucking ARs. They got them ARs for a fucking reason. Cause that shit is precise. You're gonna get precision with that shit. And you're gonna get the capacity. So, a motherfucker that's saying what you need, a AR is a weapon of war. That's an assault rifle and all that shit. They don't know what the fuck they talking about. Kiss my ass and go ahead and be a motherfucking future victim. But I'm not gonna be no future victim. I'm gonna protect my life. I'm gonna protect my family. You dig? It's just that simple. It's just that simple. But anyway, I just want to say I love y'all, man, and y'all continue to be righteously armed. You know what I'm saying? Be responsible with your firearms. and you know, be ready to send a damn savage to Funky Town. It's just that simple, man. But my heart goes out to Winter Smith's family, and may she rest in peace. A 2-year-old, man. Can you imagine, like, if y'all got kids and do you remember, you know, of course you remember when your child was 2 years old. They still a baby, man. Can you even fathom somebody doing harm, yet taking a little kid life? That motherfucker need to be murdered on spot. He need to be put down on spot. If I got my hands on him, I would be giving up my freedom. And I have a family I'm responsible for taking care of, but I may have lose my freedom, man. How you gonna kill, murder a 2-year-old? I'm sorry, but I would send his ass to Funky Town. And I know I would lose my freedom behind that, but that's one thing I hate to see. I hate these motherfucking pedophiles. I hate to see a kid get touched. I hate to see a kid get murdered. And I hate seeing women get beat on and raped. And, you know, I just hate this. That, to me, is off fucking limits. Especially kids. Especially kids. But that just lets you know the type of world that we are living in, where you got savages that's out here that's doing all this demonic shit, man. And ain't nothing wrong with praying. Nothing wrong with it. No knock for your faith. I love you. I believe in God too. But God gave me also the wisdom to know that I can be praying all day while they beating the shit out of me, while they stomping the life out of me, while they're choking the life out of me, while they got the gun to my head. It ain't gonna stop it. You know why? Because they're devils, they're demons, they're savages. And the only way you're gonna be able to stop them is if you use that holy Funky Town sender tool. When you arm up and you righteously armed, you can send their asses straight to hell, where they belong. Okay? And I ain't talking about killing nobody over no property or nothing. If they fucking with your car, take the high road, because if you do it, you're gonna end up in jail. I'm saying use deadly force when deadly force is coming your way. You match their force. Okay? If them motherfuckers is coming in and they kicked in your door, first thing you want to look for is hands. Because them the ones, that's what's going to hurt you. What's in their motherfucking hands. Whether they got a gun in that motherfucker or not. I'm going to send your, I don't fucking play. I'm going to send your stinking motherfucking ass to Funky Town. Because guess what? If a motherfucker break in, but he wasn't even armed. Motherfucker, you shouldn't have been in my house. Now, I will give you the courtesy to turn your funky, stinking ass around and do a U-turn and get the fuck out. But motherfucker, if you are running towards me and I am armed, I am the one that's armed with the gun, then I'm only going to assume one thing, that you are going to try to overpower me and disarm me and use my own gun against me. So I'm not going to let that happen. Okay? If you running towards me, even if you ain't got no gun, that's what I'm going to assume. And I'm going to put one in your motherfucking head. Just in case you got on body armor, I'm going to hit you in your dick and I'm going to hit you in your motherfucking head. It's just that fucking simple. All right? And if you do have a gun, man, it's going to be a motherfucking shootout at the OK Corral. All right? And I know the layout of my motherfucking crib better than you. I'm going to light your stinking ass up. You hear me? They're gonna be bringing your motherfucking corpse out of my motherfucking house. You come up in there armed. But what I'm saying is if they do break in, you looking at hands. Because that's the only thing that can hurt you is hands. And if that motherfuckers say, oh, my bad, wrong house, and turn around, let them leave. Because if you do shoot them in the back, it's gonna show in the autopsy. So, and they gonna lock you up. It's just that simple. They gonna lock you up. Because they gonna say he was no longer a threat, his back was turned. Because you know these gunner prosecutors, man. They gonna try to lock you up. And they done broke in your home. But they will try to get you. So I ain't trying to get none of y'all entangled in legal trouble. I'm saying only send a motherfucker to Funky Town when it's warranted. When your life is in imminent danger. Or your loved ones. Life is an imminent danger is when you match the action with action. You use deadly force appropriately. But anyway, Gun Freak Nation, all 84 of y'all, I appreciate it. I guess didn't nobody want to be no moderators or nothing, but it's all good. I still love y'all. I'm about to sign off. I'm about to pray for Lil Wintersmith's family, and I pray that all you women that's not armed, I pray that you do find it in your heart and have the wisdom to go out to get armed. Just Plinkin, I'm about to try to add you now, brother. Let's see. Pen message. Add as a moderator. I got you. You are now can manage block words, exchange, can review and move. I got you. You a moderator now. You a moderator now, Just Plinkin. I appreciate you, brother. I just pray that anybody that is of legal age and can legally own a gun, go out and purchase you a gun, because you just never know. Like I always say, I love you, Action Jackson. I love everybody in here. I appreciate you. But like I always say, you don't have to go looking for trouble. Trouble will find you. And I always, bring up Shannon Christian. And I don't want her to, it was so much more to her life. But it's like people only know her for how she was murdered. And like I say, you can you don't have to look for trouble. Trouble will find you. People have woke up that morning and didn't know that later that day they would be murdered. Okay? When Shannon Christian and Chris Newsom woke up that morning, they didn't know that they would be they just standing outside. Shannon was in her Jeep and Chris was outside, and they kissed, and they didn't notice the savages walking upon them. And they didn't know that they would be kidnapped, carjacked, kidnapped, took back to a crack house, a dope spot, a dope house, and viciously raped and murdered. Okay? And the bastards took Chris Newsom, they beat him, and they sodomized him. They raped him. It was semen found inside of him. And I always will believe that they did it in front of Shannon, because savages will try to take the man out of you. I forget it's a word for it when you take the manhood away from a man, and they do it in front of his woman on purpose to show his woman that you ain't shit. So the worst thing that can happen to a man is to let another man bend you over and fuck you in the ass in front of your woman. Okay? That's what they did to him. And then they robbed him and they took him to the train tracks, walked him to the train tracks, and shot him in the back of the head and shot him in the back and set his body on fire. And to think that he had the easy death. Poor Shannon, she was gang raped, brutally gang raped for like up to 2 days. She was raped, held hostage, brutally gang raped, to the fact that they got tired of raping her. And then the fucking savages started sexually torturing her. And I forgot to mention that they was taking table legs and sodomizing them with the legs from a wooden table. That's how sadistic these fucking savages were. They tortured her, they tortured him, they raped her in her anally, vaginally, orally. They poured bleach down her mouth, her vagina, to try to, wipe all the evidence. And then they hog-tied her and put a plastic bag over her face, and then put 5 garbage bags over her and threw her in the fucking garbage can, and she died a horrible death, suffocating. So when she woke up that morning, she didn't know she would spend her last breath inside of a fucking garbage can, suffocating from some fucking savages, man. So can't nobody tell me that there's no justification in getting armed. Because if they would have had guns and been alert of their situation, it would have been a different outcome. They could have took them motherfucking savages out, man. There's evil motherfuckers in the world, and people need to realize that shit, man. That we got evil savages walking amongst us, and they don't have no regards for human life. So the only thing that's gonna save you is your gun. So if you got guns right now and you watching this, give your motherfucking back a pat on the back. Give yourself a salute. Give yourself a pat on the fucking back. And fuck all the naysayers. Fuck all them people that try to shame you for arming, for buying guns, especially if you got an AR-15. Because if you say that to somebody, they'll think you crazy, man. They'll be like, oh, we got a future mass shooter here. This dude is crazy. He has a weapon of war. Well, motherfucker, we are at war, goddammit, with these goddamn savages. We are at fucking war. Thank you. Yeah, look at France. Look at all of the other places that supposed to have been, disarmed and shit. And the violence, the crime rate is way up. This gun control, the only thing gun control do is help the fucking savages, help the criminals. To me, gun control is pro-criminal, because in my lifetime, I've never known a criminal that obeyed the law, that followed the law. Gun control is designed for one thing, to disarm law-abiding citizens and to hurt us. It makes no motherfucking sense. It's counterproductive. When a crazy nut go out there and kill people, a mass shooter, when you got a fucking mass shooter or a crazy savage, how the fuck they killing people is breaking the law, right? So how the fuck you gonna come down on us law-abiding people who do follow the laws by making it harder for us to get weapons, to buy weapons, or to try to ban certain guns, or limit us to like bitch ass California? No disrespect to the gun freaks in California, but They only limit it to like 10 rounds. I think New York is like that too. But what if you got 15 fucking savages? You know what I'm saying? You think you got savages that's walking around with these fucking Glocks that got switches on them. Fully auto fucking Glocks. They don't give a fuck that it's illegal. You got savages that's walking around, toting around fucking AR-15 pistols, Dracos. How the fuck we gonna be in a fair fight? I never want to be in a fucking fair fight. I never want to be in a fucking firefight where I got the disadvantage, where they got more firepower than me. I want my shit to be high cap because I don't want to be in a situation where I got to make every motherfucking shot count. I mean, I'm trying to make every motherfucking shot count, but I don't, what if I miss? Say, for example, no knock on against people that got revolvers. But revolvers, how many rounds they hold? 6 or 7? Maybe 8? But what if you got 4 or 5 armed savages? You think they gonna get you? You think you gonna be able to say time out? I gotta reload? Fuck no. Give me my motherfucking Glock 23 with that motherfucking 30 round mag. Or my fucking AR. If I can't get to my AR, I want my motherfucking Glock with my 30 round extendo. God damn it. So I don't never want to be in a fair fight. And anytime you in a firefight and your ass got to reload, you fucked up. That's gonna be probably the worst day of your life. Because if you in a firefight, you fighting for your life already. But if you got to reload, them savages trying to kill your ass. They trying to kill you. If you got to reload, because they say most gun battles last for what, 3 seconds, 4 seconds, seconds. But if you in a situation where you got to reload your gun, yeah, they trying to kill your ass. You having the worst fucking day of your life. But guess what? A motherfucking savage, I got them high caps, baby. I got the 60 round AK mag, the 40 round AK mag. I'm ready for your funky stinking asses. I'm gonna smell your stinking asses before I see you. I'm gonna see you on my cameras before you even make it anywhere near my motherfucking house. My alarm gonna go off once you breach the perimeter, and I'm gonna be ready for your ass. And I ain't gonna shoot through the door because they'll lock you up if you shoot through the door, here in Michigan at least. But once you kick that motherfucker in, I'm gonna let you step your funky stinking feet ass in here, and I'm gonna blow you to kingdom heaven. Well, kingdom funky time, motherfucker. Because I don't fucking play. I love my life, and I'm trying to be here as long as I can to take care of my family. And I love my family. You ain't about to come in. You ain't about to bring your stinking ass up in here and stick a table leg up my motherfucking ass. You ain't about to rape my family. You ain't about to lay us down so you can violate us with your nasty ass fingers. Fuck no. And I'm telling y'all too, send they stinking asses to Funky Town. But anyway, rest in peace, Winter Smith. I send my condolences to your family and to everybody that's able to legally own a gun, and even for y'all that can't legally own a gun, but you don't turn your life around. Get armed, because at this point in the world that we're living in, it's two options, man. You can either be a victim or you can be a victor. You can have victory over that savage when you get armed, man. At this point, it's armed or die. Ain't no in between. It's get armed or you die. It's just that simple. But anyway, all 74 of y'all up in here, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Gun Freak Nation, salute. I want to let y'all know on July 15th, I will be at Spencer's gun shop, Armed in Michigan, from 12 noon to 2 p.m. It's going to be free food. Get your hot dogs and tater chips and pop. I can't drink no more pop, though. But I'll probably eat me a hot dog. But I will be there. And he going to have discounts on ammo, guns, whatever. Just show me some love. Show Spencer some love. And I love y'all, man. I'm out. But rest in peace to Winter Smith. I love y'all, man. And when a savage try you, send him to Funky Town, man. I love y'all. I'm out of here. Peace. Later, Just Blinking. And peace to all y'all. I love all y'all. So I salute everybody in the stream. Peace out.